Is this 4?
No, that's 1.
It's 1.
This is 4.
That's 4. That's 4. Ah, that's 4. Okay, good. Well, then I guess you guys can read this book since you know what 4 is. Kaden. My buttons, my 4 ruby buttons. I was so delighted to be able to read here today because the reality is that of all the things we look at that affect health besides genetics, education is one of probably the most important. And the education that allows our children to graduate from high school. Studies show, for example, that if you compare an adult that has not graduated from high school, he has a 95% chance of dying earlier than somebody who has finished high school. And there's been some recent research that has looked at long-term effects of education and the ability to read on health. They looked at diabetes and diabetics. The reality is that someone with less than a high school education has 2 times the chance of getting diabetes than somebody with a college education. And also, he's much less likely to be diagnosed, and even if he is diagnosed, he's much less likely to be able to care for himself well so that the diabetes does not do a lot of damage. So literacy is enormously important. And the research shows that how literate a child is by 3rd grade is the best predictor of if he'll graduate from high school or not. A child that cannot read by 3rd grade has a 4 times greater chance of not graduating from high school. If he's really behind, it's a 6 times greater chance of not reading from high school. And the most important part of a child's ability to read has to do with parents, with mamas, daddies, caretakers, talking to those children, talking to a child, reading to a child. So a child hears language. It's language. You can predict how well a child's going to do by the number of words a baby says when they're 2 years old. So the important thing is to read to your children, talk to your children, use words every single day. A baby needs to hear 1 million words from you, his mother or his daddy, by his 1st birthday. Feet apart, knees together.